In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful, we, the human beings, have to do certain things and several things in our lives, maybe dozens and dozens of it. But some of these remain our priorities. Some of these things remain our priorities. And out of those priorities, something comes to the top. Everything else is not a priority. And out of the priorities, everything else cannot be on the top of it. There is only one thing. That one thing is our life. And immediately after the life, it is the health. Our life and our health. This is the most important thing ever for a human being. Now, if at all it is the most important thing ever, by the way, then we ought to protect it. Then we ought to, keep it safe. Our life and our health, as much as it is possible for us, as much as we can. Obviously, we cannot live here forever. We are not here forever. We are here for a short span of time. But it does not mean that we should become a sort of careless person as far the life is concerned. We do have to remain very careful and cautious. We do have to protect it. How to protect our life? Obviously, I'm not going to go into the very details of it. Once we do speak about it, people do come to know. And also, the details cannot be, obviously, the time does not permit us to go into the detail. Now, coming towards the health. The health is all the second most important thing after the life. Health of a human being is the most important thing ever after the life. So we ought to protect it. We ought to protect it, and we must not be doing anything else which spoils it. How does our life, our health get spoiled, by the way? That is what we need today. That is what we need to know. And that is what we need to do something about it as well. How our life gets spoiled. Certain parts of our body are overactive. Certain parts of our body are overactive. And this overaction by certain parts of our body, by certain organs of our life gets spoiled, our lives gets destroyed, our health gets destroyed. We are actually talking about the details, somewhat details about the health. So the overaction by certain parts of our body, the overaction by certain organs of our ourself, you know, these spoils and destroys our health. The most important thing is our mouth. We eat unnecessary things, useless things, which are not meant for the health at all. We need to do the fasting. We need to reduce the action of our mouth. How? By not by fasting. By fasting. Fasting, we eat and drink too much. As for the drinking of plain water is concerned, that is something precious if it is clean. But as for the other drinks are concerned, like the tea, the coffee, the soft drinks, and certain other, these are absolutely harmful. The lesser the better. The tea and the coffee up to a very moderate level and not beyond that at all. But as for the rest of the drinks are soft drinks, or obviously these are not good as well. But other drinks, juices are okay up to an extent. That's fine. That's nice. But we need to reduce the overaction of our mouth. Don't eat unnecessary things. Don't eat the things which are unnecessary and useless. Rather, we need to do the fasting, and we do need to restrict ourselves that from now onwards we shall be eating and drinking the things which are beneficial and useful for our health. And otherwise, if it is not beneficial, not useful for my health, I should stop eating and stop drinking that particular substance. Now, people want to get the enjoyment. They say that this is not a pleasurable food. First of all, pleasure is not as much necessary, it is not essential. Number two, once we do focus and concentrate, once we do restrict ourselves for the useful things only, for the beneficial things only, I think we will start enjoying that as well. The example is I shall like to quote here the example of the Chinese food. Chinese food, if it is in the pure form, obviously it is not enjoyable for us at all. But go to the Chinese people, they love it, they enjoy it, and they are eating it from the very beginning of their life, and they will keep eating it. They love it, they enjoy it. So why we don't and they do? The reason is the habit. They have become habitual of it, and we have not become habitual of it. So I shall like to say that if at all we do start eating the useful and the good stuff only, we will start enjoying it as well. Why? Because that will become our habit. And then certain other parts of our body are overactive. We need to reduce the action, like our we think too much. Overthinking must be stopped. We watch too much screen, a smartphone and computer, etc. We must reduce it, minimize it. The television, smartphone is at the top of the list. We must stop the uses of it, usage of it. Then I think these are the most important thing. We talk too much. We shouldn't be talking at all that much. Only the useful things should be talked about. The beneficial things should be talked about. Listen carefully and listen the useful stuff only, the ethical and the good stuff only. If at all we stop the overaction, the overusage of these body parts, these organs of our life will keep improving. Our health will keep improving simply by reducing the overaction of certain parts of our body. Thank you.